hello, boys and girls in Dumfries and Galloway High School, boys and girls. You are listening to Chief Chebe at Gabo Studios in Glasgow. Now, Gabo is Glasgow African Balafon Orchestra, and I'm the leader of it in Glasgow. And I'm also an author, and I have written so many books. So I was very excited when a gentleman, Andy, from Wigton Festival, got in touch with me and said, "Oh, Chief Chebe, would you like to do to take part in our outreach house high school workshops?" And I saw that you are a bibliotherapist. And I said, yes, actually, I do consider myself as a bibliotherapist. Because when the question is, what is bibliotherapy? Now, before I tell you a little bit about bibliotherapy, I'm just wanting to take the opportunity once again, to welcome you all to this special session, and to also introduce myself as Suleiman Chebe. I am a musician, an author, and just a very happy person. Although sometimes it's very difficult to be happy, I try my best all the time. And therefore, so bibliotherapy, as I was explaining, if you are just joining us now, bibliotherapy is the ancient tradition of using music to bring stories alive. You know, if somebody was just sitting down there telling you stories for 1 hour, you will be amazed how many people in the audience will go. I mean, they will be discreet, you know. But the reality is that if you just sit down and talk, it doesn't really matter how great what you are saying or doing is. People can easily switch off, and they can easily be bored. And we don't want that to happen today. We don't have any room to be bored. We have a lot of room and opportunity to be happy. And you know why we have to be happy? We are happy because we woke up this morning, or we woke up and then, but some people didn't wake up. The fact that every day we are breathing in air and breathing air out is the only excuse we need as human beings to be very content and happy. So, as I was saying, bibliotherapy is about the act of happiness through music and storytelling. So, my hope is that whatever I'm doing doesn't annoy you and is making, on the contrary, you happy, or it's challenging you to think differently. It's challenging you to see the difficulties that other people are looking at, going through, and sometimes by actually going out of your way to look at what is happening on other people's life, your own automatically can get so much a happier experience. So, you might be wondering what I'm playing here. This is called Jangsi. And Jangsi is just one of the ancient techniques and methods that our ancient ancestors in Africa used to heal each other. There are always problems. There are always difficulties. But when you listen to Jangsi music, when you are playing Jangsi music, you just bring the world of happiness onto the surface. You unlock all the dark energies, and you are able to whatever state, because we all have the natural property of happiness. We all have the ability to love. We all have the ability to be loved. We all have the ability to laugh. We all have the ability to cry. Now, I'm going to start my session today, or I'm going to deliver my session using the story of 4 animals. And why do we use a story and music? The story brings the wisdom, and the music, the fun dimension of music, it cements the wisdom in our experience, and it makes us think a lot. So this first story I want to tell you today, and that is assuming you are all happy and nobody is falling asleep yet, and it's very difficult because I can see you now. Obviously, I would have loved a live session where I could see everybody, but that is not possible on this occasion. So I hope that wherever you are having a good time. And the first story I want to tell you or share with you is about being patient. When I was a little boy, of about 14 years old, the word that I hated most was patience. It used to annoy me so much whenever my grandmother tells me patience. It was just like, why do I need to be patient when I can just, So, but patience is really, really something we all have, but we really rarely used it. But it's the best ingredient. It's the best thing that can hold us together when we are falling apart, or when we want to fall apart, or when we feel we should fall apart. So patience is something Grandma used to tell me a lot, and most of the stories about patience are either related to a mountain or a tortoise. So today's Let's Talk About Patience is going towards the tortoise. Now, why do I have to tell you about tortoise? Now, tortoise is one of the most fascinating creatures in the world, not least because of the fact that it outlives most other creatures. The tortoise lives so much longer than most other animals, and that is not for no reason. In other words, there are very good and compelling reasons why the tortoise live longer. And the story goes that one day, the tortoise, which was one of the fastest creatures in the jungle, was actually just going around one of his normal days in the jungle and got very, very, very thirsty, and then decided to head to the river. So whilst the tortoise was going to the river, and as I said, legends have it that the tortoise was one of the fastest creatures in the jungle. So on this particular occasion, the tortoise was hurriedly going to the river, and then he saw a rabbit. And rabbit said to the tortoise, "Tortoise, I bet you can't catch me. Tortoise, if you think you are fast, everybody say you are fast. If you think you are fast, can you make sure that you beat me to the riverside?" That's the tortoise. He doesn't like to be put into this kind of challenge, Tortoise will not let this go. So he ejected his legs. He was very, very, very fast. And then as he began to sprint and gallop like a horse, a racehorse for that matter, and he was going and going, and he just nearly passed the rabbit when he tried to overtake him, and his foot slipped and he dangerously headed into a large, heavy rock. Now, the tortoise sadly got up, only to realize all his back shells were broken into pieces and scattered everywhere. And it was his friend, the rabbit, who came and said, "Oh, tortoise, I am really, 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 really sorry. I hope that this will," and then he helped the tortoise to patch back his back with all the slits and the pieces of broken shells. And so some legends in African storytelling have it that the back of a tortoise wasn't made up of small broken shells. It was that incident of having to chase the bunny rabbit to the river that led the tortoise falling and hurting himself so much that his life has since ever then been changed dramatically. Now, why am I sitting here in Gabo Studios telling you stories, and then especially stories about tortoise? As I said before, bibliotherapy is the art of bringing stories and music to life. And I was telling you the tortoise story, which is that from that day on, the tortoise realized that the best way to live a long life is to take life according to your own pace. What did I say? We have to take life according to our own pace. And then the tortoise also said that if you have to go somewhere, instead of going there hurriedly, it's better to go there quickly. So, according to Uncle Tortoise, quickly is always better than hurry up. And it is at this point I'm going to introduce you to my friend and videographer, Finn. Finn has been helping me to video this, and then he's going to join me, and then we're going to do a story about Uncle Tortoise. Yeah? Uncle Tortoise say, quickly is better than hurry up. That is the song we're about to play to you. Respect! Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So now you are probably just about able to see Finn. Finn is an amazing musician, drummer, xylophonist, percussionist, composer, you name it, producer. These young people, they are working very, very, very hard. And so we're just going to do, like I introduced in the story, so quickly better than hurry up. That's according to Uncle Tortoise, right? So wherever you are going, don't hurry. Always try to get there quickly. Because when you hurry, most of the time, you are likely to be late. But if you get there quickly, according to the Uncle Tortoise, it means you can get there early. So quickly, Finn, let's go. Quickly, Uncle Tati said, quickly, better than hurry up. Quickly, better than hurry up. Uncle Titus, quickly, Uncle Titus is telling us, wherever you are going, go there quickly. If you leave it too late, often you can get late. Boys and girls in the breeze and Galloway, we hope you are enjoying yourself. Thank you very, 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 very much. Respect high school boys, girls in Dumfries and Galloway. We really, really, really hoping that you are having a good time. You are listening to Chief Chebe, and Finn is also here. So this is a little bit of healing workshop. We take a little bit of music, a little bit of storytelling, and we empower ourselves to feel better. Now, why is it necessary for anybody to feel better? Because better is the reason why we live. If you are not feeling good, you are not going to be happy. If somebody around you is not feeling good, they are not going to be very happy. So, my next move here is to tell you why it doesn't matter how clever you are, or it doesn't matter how smart or how lucky or how privileged you are, to always understand that other people also want to feel better. That's what makes us happy. And when, I don't know, when most of the time they make surveys about why or what make people happy, boys and girls, guess what comes up most? One of the most common things that make people happy is volunteering. Volunteering to do something for somebody for nothing. Empathizing and being in somebody's shoe when you are not really there, but you can feel their pain. And so many international statistics have shown that this is what really makes so many people, those who are really happy, is that act of doing a little bit more. Going out of your way to do a little bit more for somebody goes a long way to improve our own happiness and well-being. Now, after saying that, I am going to tell you a story about somebody or a creature, a very naughty creature in the African jungle. He is not always compassionate. And he always like to have a dig at everybody. He always like to take something from somebody. And he never, ever like to give back. And if anybody can imagine who I am talking about, is none other than 8-leg creature that gives so many people nightmares around the world. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Is spider. And in Ghana, we call the spider Anansi. Now, for some reason, a lot of people in Britain or in the West think Anansi stories are for children, but in Ghana and in Africa, Anansi story, no one is too old to learn an Anansi story, because Anansi is a moral dilemma. Anansi is a moral dilemma. So this story I'm going to tell you next is about Anansi the spider, but the story also involves a little girl, Abiba. Her name is Abiba. Now, there is something about Abiba that connected the human to the fictional side of the story. So Abiba, her name is Chori. And Chori or Banong, Chori Banong, in my language, it means 5. Now, Anansi being Anansi, he was somewhere on a tree when Abiba, one day, because of her name, Chori, Banong simply means 5. So Abiba, when he's at school, she's at school, all the boys and girls, they are often just teasing her, high five. They're just teasing Abiba because her name in translation, Banong in Sicily, it really just does mean, it means 5. So, every day at school, everybody is teasing this girl. I'm just looking for some more gadgets that I can bring and make this storytelling even more exciting. So I've got Banon. Yes, I've got Banon. Okay, I need 5 things. So I've got 5 things now. So I've got 1 here, and I've got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So the story goes that once they leave this very this girl in the village, and every day she goes to school, all her friends are going high five. They just teasing her, and she really gets fed up, and it's kind of like bullying. She says she doesn't want her name to be turned into a high five, but every day they do it. One day, after she finished school, Abiba cried and ran to the bush. When she got into the bush, she sat under a tree and she was crying and crying and crying. And there was a miracle voice on top of the tree that heard Abiba crying. And the miracle voice said to Abiba, please, little girl, would you stop crying so much? What is paining you? And then Abiba said to the voice coming from the tree, I don't like myself anymore. I get teased every day in school, and I really hate it. I wish. And the miracle voice said to Abiba, well, whatever you wish, I can make your wish come true. And then Abiba suddenly woke up. Oh yeah, maybe I can get some of my friends back. Now, the voice told Abiba that from this day until 5 days later, a week later, anybody who said the word 5 in school, who call her her name by 5, they will be made to disappear by a miracle spell. So Abiba got excited, got down from the tree and was running home. Meanwhile, there was a canny spider who was sitting on top of that tree and heard everything the miracle voice said to Abiba. And Anansi the spider thought, wow, So for 5 days, if I can get anybody to mention 5, they're gonna disappear. Wow, this is amazing. I'm so happy. But there was a catch. The spider had to force the animals in the jungle to say 5. So the spider thought, oh yeah, I know how I'm going to get everyone to say 5, to count to 5. And then when they mention 5, they will disappear. And I can take all their food. Yummy, 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 yummy. I'm going to cheat everybody. Remember, this story is about not being a cheat. And Nancy got so excited, he sent some information to all the animals in the jungle that, oh, there is something exciting, it's a competition. Whoever wins is going to win so many things. So all the animals heard about Anansi and they were passing his place. And then Anansi quickly made 5 big yam molds. So a yam is like a potato, but to grow it, you have to make a mold. So Anansi made 5 yam molds on his farm, which is just on the way to the jungle. So first, he saw a big elephant coming. And it's like, wow, I'm going to get elephant to disappear. I know how I can get him. So the elephant was passing by Anansi's farm, and then I said, elephant, hello, will you stop and say hello to me? Why are you so rude, elephant? And elephant said, oh, I'm not being rude. I just was passing by because I heard that you said there was a competition and I was coming to find you. He said, yo, forget about the competition. I've been working hard. You don't even notice how hard I've been working. And I've made so many yam molds and I'm lost counting. I can't count them. And the elephant said, Anansi, these yam molds are just a few. And then I said, no, elephant, are you blind? Everywhere there are yam molds, can you help me to count them? And the elephant went, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the mention of 5, what happens to the elephant? He disappeared. So Anansi was doing that and collecting everybody's, until one smart creature who we just spoke about not so long ago was coming. And he took all day to come because he is so slow. He walked and walked and walked and walked. And when he came, Anansi's like, and he said to Anansi, how come you've got so much food around you? What have you been doing? The tortoise already knew that something is going not right. And Anansi is trying to get the tortoise to count the yam molds, and then the tortoise pretended that he didn't know how to count. So the tortoise will count 1, 3, 6, 8, and Anansi is getting angry. No, tortoise, you are so silly. Oh, I hate you. You don't even know how to count. And then tortoise said, yes, because I really, can you help me? I'm so stupid, I don't know how to count. And Anansi said, yes, I will just help you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the count of 5, Anansi zoomed, was taken away by the spirit. And then the tortoise took all the food, and Anansi was crying and crying and crying and crying so hard. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the point of telling you the second story of the day, which is about Anansi trying to oversmart everybody because of information. Some of us will be more clever than others, boys and girls. It doesn't mean you should make it a job of yours to take advantage of everybody because you have more information than them or because you are more clever than them. On the contrary, we should, especially at this time, this difficult time of COVID-19, when there are so many people struggling. Don't cheat. Don't take advantage of others. Too much advantage. Don't exploit. Be considerate. Be kind. Sometimes put yourself in another person's shoe. And that, according to all the global studies of happiness, that is what, my friends, that's what makes us a happy being. Just getting out of our way and being nice to somebody and making their way also a little bit smoother and a little bit more comfortable. Boys and girls, I wish I could see you from wherever you are, but I hope you are having a good time. This is Chief Chebe. We are on Bibliotherapy, music and storytelling, and just, I'm not saying anything different. This is how these stories have been told from generation to generation. We can look after ourselves by being patient and by learning to go on our own pace. We can be kind to ourselves by being kinder to other people, because the evidence shows that it is when we volunteer to be nice to others that we really feel nice about ourselves and therefore happy about our well-being. So thank you so much. I hope we are enjoying ourselves. We're going to change. We're going to do another sort of music for you, just to light up your energy, because bibliotherapy is the art of using music to bring stories alive. So it's music time. Respect, man. So yes. I really hope that you are enjoying your time and you are learning something and you are being challenged to think first about yourself. It's very natural. But most importantly, not only about yourself. There are so many people who we can all help. And instead of feeling useless, you can be useful by doing something for somebody else. So this one is Yayankwele, and then we're just going to do some freestyle to go with the stories. Remember not to be a cheat, because it's one day somebody will cheat you and it will hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in Dumfries and Galloway's, this is a special edition of Wellbeing and Happiness Therapy, sponsored by Scottish Book Trust through Wigton Festival, and I'm sure the local authorities are heavily involved in this. So you know, it's very difficult times, but we are all trying to communicate with you and help in any way we can. Remember not to be too me, and remember, go or live your life at your own pace. According to the toys, don't go hurrying, because when you are hurrying, you are almost always already late. So I hope you have had a good time, and I just looking forward to the lockdown being over, so that everybody can meet and people can, enjoy music together, indoors and outdoors and all that. But you know what? We have done well, boys and girls, so far. We've managed to survive a year and a half of it, or a year of it at least. So it's not going to be that long more to go. So wherever you are, happy studies, happy school time, and happy family. And please, 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 please look and care for somebody. It makes us so much happier and so much better about ourselves. Respect! And respect to Wigton Festival, and respect to Andy, the festival coordinator, and respect to everybody involved. Cheers. Yo! Cool!